Making a carport for a recreational vehicle (RV) is not difficult. That is if you have basic skills with woodwork. The first advice is to be focused and make proper decisions. You must plan every stage of the work properly. Make sure you use quality materials, especially the steel screws. It is not advisable to use nails. Here is the list of materials needed. 1. 10 pieces of 6x6 timber, 192 long for posts. 2. 2 to 4 pieces of 2x8 timber, 480 long for support beams. 3. 32 pieces of 2x6 timber, 72 inches long for braces. 4. 2 to 4 pieces of 2x6 timber, 168 long, 1 piece, 240 long. A piece of 2x4 timber, 44.5 long, 2 pieces 64 inches long by 21 for the truss. 5. 4 to 5 pieces of T1, 12 sidings, 26 inches by 48 inches long, 4 pieces, 46 inches by 48 inches long, 2 pieces, 56 inches by 48 inches long gable end. 6. 4 pieces of 2x6 timber, 168 long, 12 pieces, 6 1/4 long 2 times overhang. 7. 4 pieces of 3/4 inch plywood, 10 by 96 inches long, 4 pieces, 10 inches by 72 inches long, 28 pieces, 48 inches by 96 inches long, 4 pieces, 24 inches by 48 inches long for roofing. 8. 1,300 square feet tar paper, 1,300 square feet asphalt shingles for roofing. 9. 4 pieces of 1x8 timber, 169 long, 2 pieces, 499 3/4 long for trims. 10. 10 pieces of 6x6 timber, 16 inches. 11. 8 pieces of 2x8 timber, 20 inches. 12. 16 pieces 2x6 timber, 12 inches. 13. 51 pieces of 2x6 timber, 14 inches. 14. 30 pieces of 6 inches carriage bolts. 15. 10 support post anchors. 16. 5.5 inch screws. 16. 1 5/8 screws. 17. Rafter ties. 18. Wood glue, paint or stain. The tools needed for the project are 1. Hammer. 2. Carpentry square. 3. Tape measure. 4. Miter saw. 5. Screwdriver. 6. Router, drill machinery, sander. 7. Safety glasses, safety gloves, respiratory mask. The expected duration of the project is 7 days. How to build an RV carport from scratch. Step 1. Choose the location you wish to use. Make sure the ground of your chosen location is level. Build the base of your carport. Do the layout using 6x6 posts with string and batter boards. Then measure out the diagonals. Use the right angle 90 degrees measurement at the corners. This is to achieve a square shape. Dig holes of about 6 to 10 inches deep and pour in the concrete. There should be holes 3 on each side, and facing each other. Set the poles and allow them to set. It will be best to make use of metal anchors for this job. Use a plumb to confirm that your posts are vertically straight. Get them locked temporarily with braces pending when you build a roof. You should use 6x6 timber for making the posts. Make notches on top of the 16 poles. Use a circular saw to make parallel cuts in the cleft. Then use a chisel to remove any excess wood. After that, use a sandpaper to smoothen and clean out the recess. Attach the 2x8 beams on top of the installed posts. Make sure that you align all the edges. Also, the corners must be square. Use your plumb again to make sure that the posts are level. Then clamp beams on top of posts. Use the drill machine to drill 2 pilot holes in the posts and beams. Then insert the 6 inches carriage bolts into them. Tighten them with the nut and the washer. Use a 2x6 wood to brace the poles. Use a circular saw or miter saw to cut 45 degrees angle on the 2 sides. The braces are then fit into place and locked using 5.5 screws. Drill pilot holes and insert the screws. Step 2. Building the roof. Use 2x6 timber to make the rafters. Make 22.5 degrees cut with the miter saw. The rafters should be laid on a flat surface. Then attach a bottom rafter to it. Use the miter saw to cut the two ends of the bottom rafters. The cut should be a 22.5-degree cut. Then align the different components. Build 2x4 supports to reinforce the trusses. This will make them sturdy enough. Use the miter saw for the cuts. Use metal plates or 1/2 plywood for making the joints. Gussets should be added on top and under the rafters to form joints. Fit the trusses to the top of the carport. The space between the trusses should be 24 inches. Use a spirit level to plumb the trusses the tiles are attached. Use the 2x6 timber to make the overhangs. Then drill pilot holes in the rafters. Insert 3.5 inches screw in the blockings. Everything is then assembled tightly. Fit the overhang to the front and back of the carport. Align the edges and drill pilot holes in it. Insert 3.5 inches screws to get the overhangs locked. Attach 3/4 inch plywood under the roof. Then attach the sheets on top. There should be no gaps left between the sheets. Insert a 1 5/8 screw with 8 inches spacing on the framing. Fit 1x8 inches trims into the side of the RV carport. Align the edges and lock them with the 3.5 inches. Use 1x8 timber for the front and back trims. Make a 22.5 trim at the end of the trim. Get them secured using 2.5 screws. Use felt to cover the roof. This will help to protect the RV from rain. The roofing felt should overlap each other by 2 to 3 inches. Staple the felt to the plywood, giving it an 8 inches spacing. The next thing is to install the asphalt. The start course should be placed below the roof. And then fit in the asphalt shingle. Note: it is important to read the asphalt shingle manufacturer's manual, because there will be more information about the installation there. Finally, you should do the finishings. Get the holes filled up using wood putty. Also, check for any spaces that water may seep through and cover them. Panels can be added to the sides of the carport. The added protection is against the weather elements. If you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you'll know once we post a new video. Also, drop a comment below so we can know your thoughts. Finally, don't forget to check the description below for more details and visit our site www.zimcarportplus.com for more awesome carport content like this.